Yo, this is Haskins, and this is CCP Podcasting.
One DP reunion. KC Lycan, world champ Jarett Diaz, match breakdown.
One Division Pro World Champion Jarett Diaz to defend against Jay Armani at Culture Shop 2.
Jarett Diaz, very smart. Wow. Armani not letting up.
This match was incredibly competitive as both sports artists took it to the limit.
Diaz with a beautiful crosswalk from three. He is successfully retained One Division Pro.
Jarett Diaz successfully retained his world championship. That same night, KC Lycan demands a match against his former best friend Daniel Riley. KC attacks the doctor once Riley refuses to sign the contract. KC then threatens to smash the doctor's head unless Riley signs the contract. Riley signs the contract and the match is on. These two former friends humbled each other until KC finally gets the victory. KC comes back into the ring with a chair and decides to smash Daniel Riley's head. Officials was able to stop the attack before it happened. KC was escorted out of the ring with medical staff. KC victory did put him in line for a One Division Pro World Championship. One DP management met with KC doctors and informed him that KC will have to undergo treatment before he can get his shot.
KC will be treated within the next couple of weeks by Dr. Lavelle.
Will this treatment be enough for KC Lycan to dethrone our perfect franchise player, One Division Pro champion, Jarett Diaz?
This will be a very interesting match, kicking off the new season here at One Division Pro Reunion 2025.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome back to Beyond the Bell. I am Chris Page. That is John Cable. This is this is a special episode today, my man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I love to have special episodes. I hear you got some things to drop on my lap today.
Our dive in independent wrestling has led us all over the world. Australia, the UK, Germany, Spain, South America, even obviously here in the States. And got hit up by a company not too long ago that was inquiring, basically, hey, saw some of your stuff. Would you be interested in? And of course, that answer is yes.
That's always yes.
I never say no. That's especially when someone says, hey, I want to see what you can do for us, so here we are. We've got a very special program today. We're welcoming in a couple of talents coming to us from One Division Pro Wrestling. We're going to jump straight in and welcome both of our guests. First, coming in, he is the current reigning and defending 1DP heavyweight champion of the world, Jarett Diaz. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about the upcoming event, but most importantly, I am very excited to represent One Division Pro all around the world and right here. Thanks for taking the time, guys.
John, welcome, champ, to the show.
Welcome, sir. Glad to have you here. We love having guys from all over the place come in and tell us a little bit about what they're doing and what the major things they've got coming up are. And it sounds like you've got something pretty big in the works. Well, before we get into that, we've got another guest here, don't we?
Absolutely. He's actually going to be the challenger for the One Division Pro Heavyweight Championship on February the 23rd. He is KC Lycan. Mr. Lycan, welcome to the show. I hope all is well with you, sir.
I was forced to be here.
That's terrible.
Wow. It is terrible. Well, maybe we can make it worthwhile for you.
Yep. Talk about your feelings. That's what Dr. Doolittle said.
Well, we'll get into some feelings.
Important?
Well, it is. It very much is. But before we get to some feelings and before we get to talking about Dr. Doolittle, first, Mr. Diaz, why don't you tell us a little bit about One Division Pro? For our audience here on the channel, introduce the company and introduce yourselves obviously, to our channel.
Absolutely. So, just to begin and let the audience know what's happening here, I am Jarett Diaz of Jarett Diaz brand, the face of the franchise, the quarterback of the company, and the company in question is One Division Pro. Now, One Division Pro is the future of professional independent wrestling. I'm going to tell you why. 1DP embraces collaboration. 1DP not only hosts its own events, but it also understands the value of networking in this professional independent wrestling landscape. So I have been presented with multiple opportunities across the globe to defend the One Division Pro World Championship at places like Shadow Wrestling Alliance in New Jersey, and as far as the United Kingdom. I know you guys mentioned the UK. I've got some legs out there myself, but most prevalent, most important, we have an upcoming event called Reunion, February 23rd, invite only in Jamaica, Queens, which is what brings us here.
It sounds like we've got a pretty big show that's coming up, and obviously you two guys are the featured attraction on this program. You're obviously defending the championship. Mr. Lycan, you're coming in as challenger, and if I'm not mistaken, you've been chasing this championship pretty much since the company's been around.
Yeah, so my chase with the championship that Mr. Diaz currently holds started with a secret location match we were we were one of the only few companies running during the pandemic, and which I'm very honored to have done. Sit by car, at a secret location match, company's supposed to keep it secret. Then the title chase happened further into a rumble where I believe the championship was not vacated, but someone had currently held it, and I caused a three-way elimination, and a particular someone vacated the title, and I lost the title to a vote, which is unethical. But congratulations to the champion at the time period, which was Anastasia Morningstar. And then, poof, company forgot about me. So surprisingly, this is supposedly my last attempt at the championship that Mr. Diaz holds.
Can I ask,
so the doctor said,
did you ever find out who was driving that car? I was unaware of this event.
Yeah, it's our lovely Vinny the Guido, supposedly hit me with this car.
I don't want to gloss
Funny
over.
how the company.
I don't want to gloss over the fact that you were hit by a car. Can we? Can you set that up for me? Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, I need some more context on who this guy is and how that came
I would
to
also
be,
like
especially
clarity
the location
on the
match.
car.
So the secret location match was a match that was supposed to be kept secret. That only I believe at the time, our GM Vinny the Guido had the details to. And during the match, it seemed like the referee at the time period was against me. It seems like the whole company was against me because every chance I had to win the belt, it seemed like the company put efforts to prevent me from winning it from the champion at the time period, which was Nikolai White. And then out of nowhere, I get hit by a car. I mean, when they did an investigation, Nikolai didn't know anything about it. The referee supposedly didn't know anything about it. The higher-ups knew nothing about it. And it revealed to be Vinny the Guido that hit me with the car with no true explanation to why. During the pandemic, I was one of the few people pushing the company on my back, holding the company on my back, chasing after this title because that's how much being a heavyweight champion, being the representative of a company meant to me. I was that hungry to chase after a title that I was willing to wrestle during the pandemic.
Well, I'm going to assume that money and power are the reasons that someone's not in jail, right? Because that's assault with a vehicle. That seems...
Sure, dumb luck.
Casey, I have to ask, before we get into even talking about our matchup, like, you talk about this opportunity to put yourself in a position to represent the company, but you also talk about a company whose history. Why would you want to represent this company if you feel like people have been against you and have screwed you out of the title, et cetera, et cetera? Why do you even want to be in this position?
Because the truth, Jarett, is it's not about who's holding the title. It's the title. It's honestly, it's not even about the title. It's about the respect. It's about put some respect on my name. All the blood, sweat, and tears I poured into this company, the being overlooked, being cast aside. And like I told everybody since I've been doing press conferences and management meetings and this and that and the doctor, it's about a fucking thank you. It's about I built this company literally off my back. Where people made a joke and a mockery and laughed and said, "Oh, we should have did this in a ring. We should have did this. We should have that." I carried the company on my back. Let's look at all the matter of fact. Let's look at how I've infected the history of this company. Hyena Hex, the champion you fought that same night during the Rumble when I caused a triple elimination. I literally handed him the IWW Heavyweight Championship on a silver platter. Did I get a thank you from him? Nope. Let's go a step further. I helped Theo Ivory with this master plan to prevent the unification of the 1DP Championship and the IWW Championship. Did I get a thank you for that? No. Bastard went and took credit, and beside all of that, I hope he's recovering very well because he's recovering right now from a horrible injury. And then seeing you win the championship, I was so proud of you. Honestly, Jerett, I admired you. Came from MLW for a little bit, traveled the world, in the locker room with people like O'Shea Edwards and Alex Bryce. Been to Wrestling Open. Made a name in New York. You made all the right business decisions, and your name is true to who you are. You are the franchise. You are the polished company boy that everyone wants, and don't take that with any means of disrespect because I truly admire you. You have no idea how much this match means to me, but you have no idea how much that belt means to me. It is the biggest fuck you to the company I can do if I win it. Because you know what I'm going to do with that belt when I win it? I'm going to keep it. I'm going to abuse it. I'm going to do whatever I want to that time. Because you guys kept it from me for 5 years. And you say this is my last chance. I came up with excuses and I complained and I bitched and I moaned. No, I just wanted to thank you.
Some bitterness here. You've got some things going on now. You've mentioned on a handful of occasions the doctor, and you're to complete,
Dr. Dookie Smurfs.
You're to complete some courses or some sessions.
All because I wanted to bash my brother's head with the chair. Like, what's so wrong with that? It's just a family thing. 1DP should have minded its business. The same thing that I wanted to do to Batsu Kusanagi. I'm sorry, Brian Black, because he's having an identity crisis, doesn't know who he is. It's a family thing. You should have just stayed out of it. But a doctor wants to get involved, and I'm supposedly crazy, right?
Oh, well,
What are the
Let's stop
requirements
you
put
right
on you
there.
for that?
No. Hold on. I've got something to say. Because I stood by, I sat in my seat, and I smiled while this man talked. So now it's my turn. Casey, it's interesting that you wanted the company to stay out of your business. It's interesting that you wanted the company to keep hands off when you were assaulting someone that shouldn't have been. That man was you. That man was you during the pandemic when you say you were screwed over. You were hit by a car and nothing happened. There were no penalties for this. There was no one held responsible for screwing you over. And now you want to put the company in position to be the same, only it's different because now you benefit from it. Is that what you want? Is that the company that you want to represent? Is that the company that you want to live and work for? Because that's not how I see it. See, you put me in a spot. No. Let me finish. You put me in a spot. Where I am the company man. Let me make this very clear. I don't call myself the company man. I'm the face of the franchise because everywhere I go, I represent the company because it makes them look better. It makes them look better that I'm the face of it. Casey, I didn't ask to represent One Division Pro. I was brought in with an opportunity. The opportunity that you beg and cry and bitch and moan for is for the opportunity to win this championship. But when I was brought in, it was handed to me. Why was it handed to me? It's not because I asked for it. It's because I earned it. It's because I worked for it. It's because I built my name. It's because I built the Jarett Diaz brand all around the world. You know, you talk about all the things that you've done and you want to thank you. I don't want to thank you. I earn the thank you. I don't talk about the things I've done as a I should get this thing because I've done these things. Casey, if it's just a means to an end, you haven't done enough. That's why you're sitting where you're sitting.
Oh, here we go. And you're just like everybody else in the company. Oh, I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough, Jarett. You just got here. You just got the sampling platter that I left out for you so you can eat. Let's talk about, for a second, bitch ass King Lucha Felipe Jr. You forget that you have more than one threat to worry about, that he has a contract that he can cash in at any moment. You don't think I'm also thinking about that too? You don't think that our match can turn into a triple threat, or he can screw one of us over at the end of this match? No. You don't think about how many people have come into this company, not a ounce of respect for me, not an ounce of, hey, thank you for helping build the company, this, that, and the third. Every single person who has touched that championship I made happen.
You don't think I understand the weight of this championship? Do you not understand what winning a championship feels like? Because I do. I know you want this championship. I know Hyena Hex wants his rematch. I know Steven Person is lurking. I know the Lucha guy's around the corner with the contract. I get it. But I've been a champion of the company before. Have you? Can you say that you understand the weight of the belt? Do you understand what it's like to have everybody gunning for you?
That's a fair question.
No,
Diaz has got the biggest target on his back.
Do you understand what it means to have somebody like me gunning for you? Fuck all of them. Forget all of them. I've won championships before. I'm probably a little guy in your big story, right? In your dream for what's all of our dreams? To get signed one day. I'm probably the least threatening thing. Everyone makes jokes about me. Everyone can make a joke of me, make a mockery of me. But right now, even though this is my last chance to get that belt, I have nothing else left to lose, because I promised you that if I don't leave with that belt, I will burn the company down with me. And if that means I have to put you out, Jarett, and trust me, I don't want to. Talking to Dr. What's his name again? Someone his name?
Doofenshmirtz, I believe, is what we talked
It's
about.
Darrell. It's Darrell. His name is Darrell. His name is Darrell right now until I decide to call him by his name.
Dr. Duran. I love that. There he is.
I like that. I like this guy.
Well,
but Jarett, I don't want to hurt you. I don't.
Let me ask you this.
But I will if I have to.
I don't want to step. I'm not trying to step on you by any means, because I want to live to see tomorrow. You've got to have sessions in order for this match to take place. Where are you at with
Unfortunately,
that? Because
I hate it.
Hold on, I get it, but the question I'm asking for a specific reason. Because if you don't complete this, you don't get the shot. And if
that is correct,
if that's the thing here, like, you're kind of putting the cart before the horse, or the horse before the race. So talk to me a little bit about these sessions and what does that look like for you? And then actually, Jarett, I want to come to you next, because I'm kind of curious to know if you've ever been in a position where a prerequisite for you to get in the ring with somebody is that they must complete some source of therapy here. Because, this sounds a little deeper rooted, and there's reasons why. Like, I want to know legitimately. Go ahead, Mr. Lycan.
Well, almost beat the doctor with a chair. I knocked him out. Wasn't that bad.
That sounds like a successful session to me.
Exactly. Then I almost bashed the doctor's head in with the chair. And then We had to talk
What do
about
you mean by
my feelings.
almost?
I might have raised a chair over his head, and my brother came out to the rescue and signed a contract, and then I almost bashed my brother's head in, and then 1DP decided to send like 8 or 10 or 17 million different people to come stop me, including this man that just came in. I keep forgetting his name because I don't like him either.
You
And
be
then
alright.
saw the doctor, and then I saw, okay, I like you. Shut up, don't tell nobody. Um, then I saw the doctor. We talked. I bit him. I think. Did I bite him?
I mean,
I
it's
think I
better
did.
to not admit to that thing on camera because that's an assault charge. So let's keep that between you and the doctor.
We got lawyers and money. We'll be all right.
All right, all right. I just hate for you
But
to incriminate yourself on camera with something.
let's just say I am doing the best that I can halfway through our sessions to express myself to Mr. Jarett Diaz to let him know that this is not personal towards him. It is
Sure.
about the company.
So we're at the halfway point. Now, Mr. Diaz, is this not a first for you?
Of course, it's a first for me. Look, I have been in the ring with some vicious, violent men, very talented men all across the country, all across the world, and even some badass women. But at no point have I been confronted with a mental health patient. With that being said, I don't want to disparage those who have to go through those sessions. And Casey's no different. See, what Casey might not realize is that I do respect him. He calls himself a little player in my big story, but there are no little players in my story. Every time I step into the ring, the opponent is a threat. Every time that I defend this championship, there is a very real possibility where I will not leave the city with it. I don't take this match lightly. Prerequisite mental health sessions lightly. But I need KC to know, I hope he gets healthy up here because he's going to need to be to deal with the fallout of losing his one last championship opportunity.
Casey, how does that pressure stack up with you, knowing that you're walking into this and it's your last shot?
Well, before, Mr. Lycan, hold on one second. Have you ever heard of anyone needing a mental pass to get into a ring before?
No, I haven't.
Because I'm a little curious about this. The general manager ran him over with a car, and now he has a ridiculous loophole to jump through to get into the match for the belt. I'm really interested, Casey, do you think that this is just upper management pressuring you out of the ring to get rid of you?
If all of our sports artists are required to be physically fit and medically approved to be in the ring, why does the mental health fall to the side?
I've seen them need to pass a medical exam, but never a mental exam. We're all a little off in the ring, sir, and it seems to me like this is just a big flaming hoop for him to jump through to get into the match with you. Don't you feel like this is somehow the upper office controlling who can get to you by protecting you? Is that the kind of championship that you want to hold?
I said it once. I'll say it before. 1DP protects its golden boys. It started since day one, and it's never going to stop. And like I said, Jarett, it's nothing personal. Do I believe 1DP is making me jump through hoops and bounds? Of course. It's what 1DP does best. And I have a slight weird fixation on it.
I don't think.
See, I'm on the. Hold on, John.
It gives you a weird killer instinct. Now, am I a fan of it? Oh, hell no. I do believe that everyone should earn their spot, earn their opportunity, earn a chance to prove themselves. But when a company goes blatantly out of their way to just make life harder for you, I don't know. I mean, Jarett, what if the roles were reversed? What if I was you and you were me? How would you feel? We can't hear you, Papa. You gotta unmute yourself, Papa.
Well, hold on, just 1 second, Jared. I want to make John.
Go ahead, Chris.
I got to check you real quick, because the way that you frame that question to Jarett implies that Jarett may know something about this, and I want to lay that foundation.
Well, it isn't necessarily that he knows anything.
I get it, but you can't come in. It just sounded like you were accusing, and I'm not a fan of that.
I was just wondering how he felt representing a company that would function like this and be protected as the champion on a worldwide scale. Which is a different way to ask that question versus being fair enough.
I'm just saying, the way that I would phrase that is, Mr. Jarett, do you have any knowledge or any inkling whatsoever that the company itself is holding back your challenger?
Of course not. I had no knowledge of this mental health prerequisite until it was made public information. With that being said, Casey raised a very important question. If the roles were reversed, would I feel this pressure? Would I feel the disadvantage that he feels? If the roles were reversed, I wouldn't have assaulted an innocent doctor. I wouldn't have assaulted a mental health practitioner. And I certainly would not be in a position where I am bitching, moaning, and complaining for opportunities, because that is not what brought me to the dance. That is not what put me in the position that I'm in right now. And you don't know my character. You don't know who I am as a person. I'm not the quarterback of the company when it's convenient to me. I'm not the face of the franchise when it's easy to do. There is a reason why One Division Pro trusts me to represent the company all over the world, and it has everything to do with my ethics, with my character, and the way that I represent the company to the highest ability.
Jarett, you're lying to yourself.
I'm curious, in that instance, when does a representative of a corporation who may or may not be above the board get the dirt under the nails? And when does he realize it happens?
Well, neither one of these
Here's what KC Lycan thinks about Jarett Diaz. Phenomenal wrestler. Someone I believe should be in the WWE ID program. Someone who should probably be signed. Again, someone who I believe is worth all the accolades he is listed. NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, correct? Won a couple more titles around the tri-state. But a liar. A liar Jarett Diaz isn't. What if you worked for a company for 5 years and did everything you can just to be fucked over every chance you got, Jarett? Wouldn't that make you want to snap?
I hear you, but what does that have to do with Jarett? That's where I'm.
I don't think it does, and this is where we're getting deeper on the thing.
Which is where I'm going. I don't think this is a Jarett.
You want answers, Jarett? You know, my doctor told me I need to talk more, and I don't want to talk. I want to hurt people. And I don't want to hurt you. Jarett, I look at you like an older brother. I don't want to hurt you. But they're going to make me hurt you. I'm going to complete these sessions. And once that bell rings, Jarett, I just want you to know I love you, and it's not personal.
I'm looking forward to you completing these sessions, because I don't want any excuses when you're out of opportunities.
Jarett.
What would you like to up the ante then? Just so there's no excuses, like you said. Let's up the ante. Why not? Let's put one DP in a position where they can't ignore this.
What do you have in mind?
Let's contest the rules under 1DP rules. You know how 1DP rules work, right?
As the world turns out, imagine he does.
That's not my decision, KC, and you know that.
I don't care. You're the franchise. You're the quarterback. You're the man with the gold, the world champ. He won't say no to you.
Doesn't the quarterback get to call audibles?
You're putting me in a tough
Now,
spot, KC.
I mean, that is true.
Now-
we are putting you on the spot here. Casey is absolutely demanding a thing that you may or may not
Oh
be
no,
capable
I have no
of
problem
putting into
being
place.
on the spot. I have no problem being on the spot. But I think Casey misunderstands the dynamic between myself and the front office at One Division. Just because I represent the
don't.
company does not mean that I am in charge of the company. We have people in charge of the company, and if you want the match changed, go speak to them.
Well, one of those
Although I
people.
doubt they're taking your calls right now.
But they'll take yours. Just so this benefits you a little bit more, so you can give me. So when you're so sure that you'll beat me, that I have no excuses. 1DP rules. The champion can lose the title on a countout. The champion can lose the belt into disqualification. Why don't we add that level of pressure to you, Jarett?
Because that sounds like some
Since
bullshit.
I mean, this is my last shot.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Why
wouldn't you?
Hold on now.
I
don't make the rules.
Why wouldn't you want to pin the
That is
man in the middle of the
company's
ring?
ruling.
Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to pin the champion in the middle of the ring? If you're dead set and you are the best, which is what you want us to believe, then you have no problems in settling this in the ring where it fucking matters, and you'll get it done 1, 2, 3.
Because he's got nothing to lose, Chris, because he knows that if he doesn't get it done one way or another, he is gone, vanished from this company. So, I'll tell you what, KC, make it real easy for you. I don't have to call anybody because all of this entire media event will be covered, watched, rewatched by One Division Pro officials. I accept. I accept the challenge. One Division Pro officials, if you're willing to make the match, so be it. Make it.
And if this goes down, like if these rules are incorporated, it's it puts your back against the wall. But I would imagine as champion, that's it. That's every day that ends with a Y. So
Chris, what happens when Patrick Mahomes has the ball with at least a minute on the clock? What usually happens?
Damage.
Who usually wins that game?
Mahomes. Generally speaking.
I've got nothing left to say.
Well, Mr. Lycan, do you have any final thoughts? Do you have any words that you want to disperse? Anything left that you want to say? Champ, we'll come over to you next, and we'll tie a bow on this because all roads are headed to Jamaica, New York on the 23rd of February.
I want the world to know how talented Jarett Diaz is. I'm not the most naturally gifted wrestler, but I am a brawler, and I'm going to come at you with everything I got. I want the world to know that Jarett Diaz is remarkable, phenomenal, amazingly talented, and someone that he may not believe this, but I hold very near and dear to my heart. The last show, we had a moment. We talked in the back. And I told you, you're the future. You're great. I'm going to watch you. And then I remembered that you're the champ. I want you to know it's not personal, Jarett. It really isn't. But I just want you to have the same amount of pressure that I do. I want you to feel how I feel, not just some regular ass pressure going in, knowing that you're the quarterback, knowing that you have to hold the company on your back, knowing you have to get the W. No, I want real pressure. I want you to know how medically insane I am. And I'm going to do everything that I can to get these sessions done. But I also want you to know that I'm willing to stop at nothing to win the championship. Even if it means I gotta fuck you over. Do not take it personal. Do not take this personal. Don't take this media call personal. I love you. I just hate everything that 1DP built itself off of. That's my back.
Mr. Diaz, the floor is yours, sir.
KC, you're putting me in a position where I don't just get to compete. I don't just get to defend this championship. I have to defend the entire company from you. One Division Pro has made the mistake of keeping you employed. They've made the mistake of platforming you. And the niceties, the pleasantries of talking about how talented I am, how I'm the future of the company, none of that matters to me because you don't want this company to have a future. On February 23rd at Reunion, it'll be a reunion for me and a farewell for KC Lycan.
Well, gentlemen, excuse me.
Sure about that.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the time for you both coming in and chatting with us to see where we're headed, guys and gals. This is One Division Pro. It is Reunion. It is February 23rd, 2025, Jamaica, New York. Strongly encourage you. It is an invite-only affair. Reach out to One Division Pro. You can catch them on all forms of social media at X and Instagram at One Division Pro. That's onedivisionpro.com, and our talent that are on the air right below them. It's been there the entire show. All links to social media, YouTube's, pro wrestling tees, merchandise. All links for them will be down below in the video description. I encourage you as well to give them a follow on all social media platforms. It is the easiest way that you can help independent wrestling is by liking, following, subscribing, sharing. It costs you nothing. John, go ahead and take us home, man.
Guys, it looks like you've got one hell of a battle brewing up there, and I can only say, I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Lycan. You've put a lot of effort into this, and you've done a lot of work for the company, and you just like to know that your accomplishments and your achievements are acknowledged at least. Maybe not even appreciated, but just acknowledged. And Mr. Diaz, I gotta say, man, sometimes we do a job and we hold a flag for a place that may or may not be what we think it is. So maybe this deserves a deeper look from you. If you really are interested in finding out the truth about it, it may very well turn out to be something that it doesn't seem like. So maybe it does deserve a little bit of diving. And I'm not trying to tell you guys how to do what you do there, but be mindful. It sounds like he has a lot of determination to hurt the company you work for, and you are the tin soldier they've placed in front of him, so to speak. And I don't know that that necessarily bodes well for your future with them. But if you do succeed, have you removed an ally or an enemy in reality is the real question. Sometimes things are not what they seem like. But if you guys want to find out how to see what's happening, DP1 doing the thing at Reunion, 23rd of February. You guys can get in there. If you have not done so already, follow all the links all around. They've got their merch, their websites, their ticket sales, all the information for their show. You guys get in on this. Follow these guys. Find out what's going on. Get into the show if you can. Get a hold of them. Find out how to get in those doors, because this is a lighted candle already. We're just waiting on the fireworks to pop off.
The powder
You guys
keg.
go down below, follow the links, drop those savage elbows and the ding bell so you never miss a beat. What we've got going on behind the curtain, because just like this, we never know what we're going to run into here on the show, and you don't either. It's been a pleasure, guys. We love each and every one of your faces. Thank you both for being here and letting us see the behind the scenes a bit of what's going on between the two of you and over that title you've got over your shoulder. There's very important things going on up there, and we look forward to finding out what happens in just a few weeks.
Thank you for having me.
The One Division Pro Championship represents unity and total inclusion. All men and women are eligible to compete and be crowned 1DP champion.
Doesn't discriminate. If you feel like you're the top, this is the place to be. And that championship will solidify you as being number one.
The 1DP Championship is open to men and women to showcase their talent.
The One Division Pro Championship is so prestigious that no matter the conditions, hurricanes, snow, lockdowns, heat waves, it's always defended on the biggest shows of the year.
Since 2019, the One Division Pro Championship has been one of the most prestigious titles in the Northeast. And like, it's a world title in the truest sense. Like, we've defended it in many states. We're gonna be defending it in even more states. And the goal is to ultimately defend it around the world.